So with the tomato harvest, I haven't been as regular with picking my zucchinis, as you can see. But that's okay, because one of my favorite recipes is zucchini burgers, and this is going to make a lot of zucchini burgers. Let's go inside. So we've shredded 9 cups of zucchini, and to that we've added 4 chopped onions. To that we're going to add 1 cup of peanut butter, and 5 cups of oats. Quick oats. Well, before I do that, it's going to be easier to stir in the peanut butter now rather than later. I'm going to get a spoon. We're going to stir the peanut butter in to the zucchini and onion. It's just going to be easier to get it all mixed thoroughly than after we put in the oats. So to that we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm using sea salt. The salt is going to help bring some of the water out of the zucchini as we mix it around. We're not adding any liquid to this recipe. The zucchini is going to provide all the liquid. So you can see the zucchini is already starting to break down from the salt and let some of the water out. So now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of my homemade chicken seasoning. You can substitute another chicken seasoning. And 5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast flakes. I wish you could smell how yummy this is. And I'm just making sure that the ingredients are nicely mixed in with the zucchini every time. It also helps break down the zucchini every time I'm stirring it. Okay, now we're going to add 5 cups of quick oats. So that was 2. Four. And 5. We we are also going to add 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Just enough. Okay, so that's 2 cups of breadcrumbs. And that is it. We're just going to mix it around, and then we're going to form it into patties. I'm just going to knead it together a little bit, make sure it's mixed really good. And I'm going to lay it out on the cookie sheet.
Those smell really good.
I know, I'm so hungry. I think these are one of my favorite burgers. I really like the chick burgers as well, but
Yeah, I think these are my favorite.
I love the zucchini burgers. And I mean, the best part is that it's at least half produce out of the garden, so.
They're so soft and moist on the inside, and then they're crunchy on the outside.
Okay, so I could use a burger press, but I'm just going to roll them into a large ball, and then I'll flatten them out. I'm just going to flatten to see how large. You like them thick and large, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these can be made skinny and smaller, or they can be a nice thick burger.
I like them thicker because they're more moist.
And they're really best the second day, I think. Don't you agree? I mean, they're good the first day, but they're like even better the next day.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know they're good.
So I got this recipe from my mom, and I wasn't thinking when I placed these, and I have been enjoying it for years. Mom's a great cook. Isn't Nana?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to fill these trays up, and then we'll show you when we're done. So my son Ethan was mentioning that if we don't have a burger press, a handy tool is a wide mouth mason jar lid. And you just pack her in, and then you can press it out. Let's put that one here. But it does make it a little smaller, so it's up to you what you want.
Yeah.
We'll do another one. We'll pack it a little more generously, maybe. If you find it's sticking, you can pre-oil the jar lid a little bit with lecithin. Lecithin is great at having an anti-stick coating. Alright, I could have done these a little better, but I think I can fit a little one there.
Some of the family members like smaller burgers anyways.
So how many burgers it's going to make is going to depend on how big you make the burgers. So that one's all done. So if you wanted to make this a gluten-free burger, you would need to use gluten-free oats, and you would need to have a replacement for your breadcrumbs. You could make your own gluten-free breadcrumbs, or if you manage to be in an area that you can get gluten-free breadcrumbs. I think out of everything that we eat that's zucchini, this is probably my favorite zucchini thing. This is one that makes me want to grow zucchini. And we just shred it and freeze it, like shred it in the food processor and freeze it, and we can have it anytime. You just pull it out, defrost it, and you can do the same with the onion actually. You could do your onion ahead of time, chop it up, and have that all frozen, and then you can just use your oats and your breadcrumbs and all the other things are pantry items, so that last. And this was one, believe it or not, this was one large zucchini. 9 cups of zucchini out of one large zucchini.
Probably larger than this one here.
Yes, it was pretty large. I actually wasn't sure how it was going to be on the inside, but it turned out to be pretty good. So what I do when they're really large, if I'm using a really large one, is I cut it in quarters, and then I take the seeds out of the center, and because it's kind of spongy on the center when they're large, and the seeds get pretty big. And then I throw it in the food processor, shred it, and I could not believe I had 3 washed and I only needed 1. So now we can make zucchini relish or something else with the others, I guess.
I wonder if you could make vegan meatballs with this.
Probably. I've never tried that with this recipe.
Should try it sometime.
Alright, one last one. So we have 20 burgers, and if I'd made them smaller, we would probably be able to get like an extra 2 or maybe 4 depending on the size. So the burgers are out of the oven. Some of them got a little bit more done than I would have liked, but we were busy making some mayonnaise to go on top. Can't wait to try them. So hungry. They smell so good. Anyways, the time I was cooking them in a wood cook stove, and we made thicker burgers. The original recipe says about 20 minutes. This took longer than that. It's going to depend on your size of burger and your oven temperature. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. I'm going to enjoy my burgers. Don't forget to check out the mayonnaise recipe. It's like the best mayo ever.